Welcome to the Girl Scout Silver Award virtual training for GSYs. This training is designed for Girl Scout cadets. We also welcome leaders, advisors, parents, and guardians to listen in as well, as you have an important role in supporting your girl. We recommend the Silver Award training is completed close to or after having completed the Journey Prerequisite requirement. In-person trainings are also offered throughout the year if you would prefer face-to-face over a video training. This training will cover the requirements and expectations for this award. It will provide girls with several tools to help plan and carry out a successful Silver Award project that you're passionate about and makes an impact in your community. First things first, the Cadet Workbook for earning your Silver Award is the primary resource you'll need as you continue your path to achieving the Silver Award. This and other resources can be found on our website at gswise.org. Please pause to gather what you need. Before we dig into the silver process and guidelines and expectations, we imagine you might already have some questions. If you have questions or if you think of any questions during this training, jot them down. We might answer them in the video, or you can reach out to us if we don't. So why earn the Silver Award? Working on your Silver Award will help you discover who you are while bettering the world around you. Every Girl Scout can go for the Silver, even if you did not earn your Bronze Award. Here are some of the benefits of earning your Silver. First, you'll leave a lasting impact on your community. And for many girls, the experience that comes with going for the Silver sets the foundation for a lifetime of community volunteering. Silver Award Girl Scouts strengthen team building, problem solving, project planning, and time management skills, among many others. These are invaluable skills that all professionals need and all people value. And completing the Silver Award puts you on the fast track to earning the Gold Award when you're in high school, because Silver Award Girl Scouts have less prerequisite work to do. The Girl Scout Silver Award is the highest award a Girl Scout cadet can earn, with the Gold Award being the highest. The Silver Award recognizes leadership effort, personal values, and service to the community. The Silver Award is either done in a small team of 2 to 4 Girl Scouts working together, or it can be completed on your own. Each girl must give a suggested minimum of 50 hours of work towards the project. Like the Girl Scout Journeys, the Silver Award project is a take action project. Let's take a closer look at the differences between community service and take action before we go over the overall Silver Award process. A community service project addresses an immediate need for some people right now and may not address the root cause of an issue. Community service projects are often done for the community or by joining an existing team or effort to solve a problem, which means you're working to reach somebody else's goal. An example of a community service project is a collection drive, such as collecting food for a local food bank. Community service is an important part of Girl Scouting. There is never anything wrong with community service. But because a Silver Award is a take action project, Silver projects are a bit different. Silver Award projects have a long-lasting impact that addresses the root cause of an issue. Girls going for the Silver partner with the community to create your own unique solution to a problem, and you lead your own team to help you achieve your project goals. There is absolutely nothing wrong with any of these community service projects, but you can see that the related take action projects are a bit different. Here are just a couple examples. A food drive would be considered community service. You can turn helping to provide food to the community into a take action project by designing and planting a community garden at your school that the 8th graders maintain to provide food to the local food shelter on a consistent basis. Donating blankets to an animal shelter is community service. But if you organize an annual donation drive at your local humane society and recruit volunteers to teach children how to make fleece-tie blankets, that might be considered take action. Finally, installing a little free library is community service. You can turn literacy into take action by launching a reading program at your school where older and younger students read together on Friday afternoons each week. To learn more about Take Action projects, check out the Take Action Projects step-by-step guide on our council website. Now, let's go over the steps to earning the Silver Award so you can get an idea of the entire process. First, if you haven't already, you'll need to complete the prerequisite. These are the requirements that must be completed before you can get started on your Silver Award. You'll then think about what matters to you most as you start to identify issues. Then you'll decide if you're going to work in a small team of 2 to 4 Girl Scouts or if you're going to go solo. Either way, you'll need to build your team so that you have the support you need throughout the project. It will then be time to do some community exploring to find out what your community needs are and where your areas of interest and the community needs may overlap. Next, you'll choose your project based on what you learned. And then you'll develop a project plan to carry out your project. Once your project plan is set and your troop leader or other Girl Scout adult supports your plan, you'll submit a project proposal to the council to inform us that you're going for the silver. As soon as you submit your proposal, you can start taking action to carry out your plan. During and after your project, it's important to reflect on all of the amazing work you do and celebrate your accomplishments with others by sharing your story. And finally, you'll submit a final report to the council when you're all done with your project. Let's take a closer look at the prerequisite requirement for the Silver Award. First, make sure that you're a registered Girl Scout. Your parent or troop leader can help you with this, or you can call the office for help. At this point in your Girl Scout career, you've probably already completed a Journey and Journey Take Action project before. Before you can start earning your Silver Award, you must complete the prerequisite, which is 1 Girl Scout Cadet Journey. A cadet journey will build upon your skills by investigating a specific topic and then completing a smaller scale Take Action project. You'll know that you've completed all of the journey when you earned all of the Journey Awards and completed the Journey Take Action project. There are many journeys to choose from to satisfy this prerequisite. Troop leaders and parents of individually registered Girl Scouts can access the cadet journeys for free in the Volunteer Toolkit. Beginning in the fall of 2023, the Volunteer Toolkit will also have new Silver Award meeting plans as a resource for adults supporting Girl Scouts going for the Silver Award. The first step to the Silver Award after completing your prerequisite is to identify issues that you care about. Start by thinking about what's important to you. What do you care about? What matters to you most? What do you see in the world around you that bothers you or you wish that you could change? The Silver Award project should be something that you're really passionate about. It shouldn't feel like a boring 50-hour homework assignment. What you care about could be developed into a Silver Award project to make a positive impact in your community. Can you think of at least 3 things that are important to you? Do you find yourself reading articles about endangered species? Maybe you can research more about what's happening with that threatened species where you live to see if there's a way people can help. Do you worry about people affected by disasters such as house fires or tornadoes? Maybe that's something that you care enough about to investigate further to see what people's needs are. Or maybe you wonder what happens to all of the leftovers from your school's lunch program. Maybe you can research this topic more to see if there's a way to reduce food waste or redistribute leftovers to people in need. The issues chart you see here is also in your Girl Guidelines. This is a tool used to identify several issues that concern you and why they are important to you. Then you'll think about how these issues affect your community. Here's an example. An issue that concerns me is when I see people who do not recycle. In the middle column here, I made a note that recycling is important to me because I'm a Girl Scout and I want to use my resources wisely. At my house, we recycle empty bottles and containers so they can be used over and over again. And in the last column, I noted that this issue affects my community because I know that garbage is a major contributing factor to global warming. As you consider the issues you list in your issues chart, think about where you can make the biggest impact in the community and if that issue matters to you. If you think of an issue that's not really that important to you, maybe that's not an issue you care enough about to explore further. If you think of an issue but can't identify that issue in the community, then maybe that issue is not a current issue right now. The Silver Award Project is not about what you want to do because you like doing it or what you want to give to others. It's about addressing an issue that exists that you also care about while working with the community to make it better. During the second step to Silver, you will build your team. First, you'll want to decide whether you want to work with a few other Girl Scouts to form a Silver team, or if you'd prefer to do your project solo. There are many reasons why a Girl Scout might choose to go solo. If you are someone that prefers working alone, or if you have a busy schedule, or if you're passionate about an issue that differs from the other girls in your troop, then going solo might be the route for you. If you do go solo, you'll get a feel for what it's like to go for the Gold Award, where girls must work individually. Or you may decide to work as a team. If forming the Silver team, note that according to the national guidelines, the maximum number of girls that can work together on the same Silver project is 4 girls per team. When working in a small team, each girl logs her own hours to get to the suggested minimum of 50 hours per girl, and each girl in a team project should work together to share and divide the responsibilities among the team when choosing, planning, and developing the team's project. When working as part of a team, also remember to listen to others' ideas and to try to compromise when needed. Whether you choose to go solo or to form a team, you'll still want to invite others to be part of your Silver Award project to support you while you plan and implement your project. You want to build your team with people that know about the issue your project is addressing. People on your team could be your leaders, your family members, or professionals in the community. The more support you have around you, the easier it will be to complete your project. Exploring your community is the third step towards earning the Silver Award. Now that you have started thinking about issues that concern you, and after you've decided to do your Silver project solo or as part of a team, it's time to do some exploring to find out what the needs are in your community and where your areas of interest and the community needs may overlap. Communities are groups of people who have something in common. You belong to many communities, like your school, place of worship, your neighborhood, and sports or dance teams. Think about all the communities that you're a part of. Once you have a list of the communities you belong to, that's when you can begin to explore them further. So, how do you explore a community? You might sit back and observe your school cafeteria during lunchtime or bike around your local park. You could watch the news or read the newspaper to see what's being talked about. You could even do research on the internet. Or you could speak to other people, like your school principal, neighborhood librarian, or even your parents to learn more about what's going on in your neighborhood. After you've had some time to explore your community, we encourage you to create a community map. A community map is a drawing that shows the community's needs and resources, including contacts that might help you start working on your Silver Award project. Here's an example of a community map that we started. Complete instructions for creating a community map can be found on the Silver Award page of our website. If working as a team, this is something you should complete together. The key to making a community map is observation. During your observations, you will naturally see different aspects of your community. To draw a community map, you'll write down the things that you see could be improved or identify issues that you are seeing. For example, in this community, students are bullied at the school, and the pond in the park is polluted. Then, think about what might help solve the issue. What skills do you have that you can use to help? Are there other resources in the community like businesses or people that can help you with your goal? When you meet people you think might be able to support your project, write down their names and contact information in the community contact list chart. The community contact list chart can be found in your Girl workbook, along with some good tips for asking questions when you interview people in the community. In step 4, it will be time to choose a project based on what you've learned and identify a root cause. Before you choose your project, review your issues chart, your community map, your community contact list, and all the other notes you took while exploring and learning about your community. If you're doing your project solo, ask your Girl Scout volunteer friends, siblings, or a teacher to help you sort through all of the info you gathered. Many issues are big and complicated and hard to fix. It might be a good idea to narrow your focus. Pick just one aspect of your issue and then develop a solution to that specific problem. You can narrow your focus of a big problem or issue by identifying one of the root causes of that issue and then ensuring your project addresses that root cause. Root causes are reasons why the main issue might exist or is not getting better. When you're trying to find the root causes, ask yourself, what's at the base of the problem? Where did the problem start? You often must dig deeper to find the root causes. The key to getting to the root or base of an issue is to keep asking yourself why. Here's an example. You see on the news that several families have been displaced from their apartment complex because of a fire that destroyed the building. So what could you do? We're Girl Scouts and want to help others, so your first thoughts might be to donate clothing or school supplies or even food to help the families in need. These are all great ideas, but simply donating goods would be considered community service. Community service projects address an immediate need and makes the situation better for right now. Think of it like putting a Band-Aid on the situation. The Band-Aid helps for a little, but they don't stay on forever. There's absolutely nothing wrong with community service. It's a long-standing tradition in Girl Scouts. But a Silver Award project is a Take Action project, and Take Action projects address the root cause of the problem. To find the root cause in this example, we might ask, why did the apartment complex fire get so bad, so fast? In your research, you discover that several families did not have working smoke detectors. So you determine that's likely why the fire spread so quickly and did so much damage before someone noticed and called 911. This is your root cause. So what could you do as a Silver Award project? You might address the root cause by creating an educational session that teaches the community about fire safety and fire prevention and directs families who need assistance to businesses that provide smoke detectors for free. Or you could canvass the entire community and hang door signs that encourage people to program a reoccurring appointment in their cell phones, reminding themselves to change the batteries in their smoke detectors twice a year. And to support you with your project, you could reach out to your local fire department, community center, or local media to help you spread the word about fire safety and fire prevention. So think about the issues you've identified and what the root cause or causes might be and how you'd create a project that addresses a root cause, like in this example. Choose a project based on what matters to you and where you can create a positive change in your community. If you have a hard time deciding, try writing a pros and cons list for each choice. After you have chosen your project, make sure you are clear about what you want to do and why. Ask yourself, why do I care? What is my project and why does it matter? Who will it help? At this point, it would also be great to think about all the knowledge and talents you'll bring to your project and how you'll stretch your leadership skills to grow even more while going for your Silver Award. Once you have chosen a project, it's time to develop a solution. In this step, we'll talk more about thinking through your plan, making a project last, identifying a project advisor, and developing a budget and funding your project. Before you start, here are some questions that will help you think through your project. What steps are needed to reach the goal? What special talents does each girl have to help make the project a success? Do you know enough to get started, or should you do more research? What groups or organizations can you work with, or how can you ask for help? How can you get other people involved? What supplies will you need, and how much money is needed for the project? How will you fund your project? And how much time will it take to finish the project? And is that timeline realistic? Also, if you haven't yet, make sure you've had a conversation with the right people at the organization you hope your project benefits. The last thing you need is to complete most or all of your project to learn towards the end that the organization you are helping can't really benefit from your project right now. Silver Award projects should have a lasting impact in your community. This is called sustainability. You'll be investing a lot of yourself into your project, so you'll want to develop it in a way that keeps it going even after you're done. It's okay to keep the sustainability part simple. A clear, focused, and well thought out plan can often be more sustainable than taking on a huge project. Let's learn more about making a project last. Here's an example of a silver project that incorporates sustainability. If you think the kids at your local elementary school need more interesting things to do at recess because they're always looking bored or are exhibiting negative behaviors, you might plan team games that the 6th through 8th graders can do with the younger students once a week throughout the entire year. In this example, let's say you notice that the walking path at your nearby community park is always wet and slippery and potentially dangerous. You could build a wooden boardwalk over the trail and get a commitment from the county parks department to maintain the new boardwalk year-round. During this step, you'll also want to identify your project advisor. Your project advisor should be an expert or someone knowledgeable from the community. A project advisor should be able to help you answer questions, identify resources, solve problems, and provide more information on the issue your project addresses. Look at the people you listed in your community contact list or other people you met with while researching. Would any of them make good project advisors? If you still aren't sure, talk with your troop volunteers or parent or guardian to see if they can recommend someone to you. Your project advisor can be a Girl Scout volunteer if they are knowledgeable about your issue. Your Girl Scout leader, parent guardian, and the council can also play a critical role to ensure your project follows all the council's policies and procedures. Once you've identified the adults on your team, we encourage you to provide them with a printed or digital copy of the Adult Guide for Earning the Silver Award. This tool will help your adults understand the Silver Award so that they can better support you. Now let's cover money needed for silver projects. Silver Award projects don't need to be expensive to be successful, but we know that sometimes a project might require additional financial resources. Part of creating your plan is to determine how much money you'll need for your project and then figuring out where you'll get the funds to cover those expenses. Take a look at this sample budget. To create a budget, you need to start by thinking about all the expenses associated with your project. After estimating what your total expenses are, then you need to figure out how you're going to cover those costs. Here you can see the items needed for this silver project and the estimated cost per item and where the funding will come from for each item. After you've drafted your budget, if your project expenses are too high or you encounter challenges funding your project, you may need to adapt your project to decrease your expenses. And because the Silver Award project is a take action project, you also can't profit in the end, meaning you shouldn't have money left over. So if you happen to raise more funds than your project requires, consider expanding your project to utilize all the funds or be prepared to return unused funds to your contributors. There are appropriate ways that you can fund your Silver Award project. If you're in a troop, you and your Girl Scout sisters can decide to use a portion of your troop treasury. You can use program activity credits from the nut and candy and cookie programs. You can consider using personal money from babysitting or doing chores. Troops that participate in the nut and candy and cookie programs can also participate in additional approved money earning activities. Examples of money earning activities include hosting a car wash, having a garage sale, selling handmade items, collecting aluminum cans for recycling reimbursement, hosting an event where you charge an entrance fee, and providing neighborhood services for a fee, such as shoveling snow, walking dogs, or raking leaves. You can find more ideas for money earning activities and managing troop finances in the Troop Money Management Finance booklet and in Volunteer Essentials at gswise.org. All money-earning activities must be approved by GSYs. You can also apply for a community grant. Do this by contacting GSYs first to work with our philanthropy team on the approval, application, and reporting process. Since our Girl Scout Council is a nonprofit, the government gives us specific rules that we must follow. And since you're a member of this organization and your Silver Project is a Girl Scout activity, you fall under these rules too. So now let's cover what is not allowed. You cannot raise money for another organization and donate proceeds to that organization. You cannot raise money by hosting games of chance, such as raffles, contests, or bingo nights. The IRS guidelines prohibit these activities from being conducted by girls. You cannot use third-party crowdfunding sites like GoFundMe to collect donations. You cannot do activities that generate profit for a specific company, as Girl Scouts restricts the endorsement of commercial products. This includes product demonstration parties and promoting any business by distributing its coupons or hosting a Girl Scout night or promoting a special night for a discount at a restaurant. And you cannot solicit for monetary donations or for donations of goods and services. Now it's time to make a final plan. If you are working in a small team, make sure that everyone contributes to the project, from the planning stages all the way to actually doing your project. Create a list of all the tasks that need to be completed for your project. Include how the task will be done, how long each task will take, and any deadlines if needed. And if you're working in a small team, you'll also need to decide which girl or girls will be completing each task. You can see an example here. Use the chart in your Girl Guidelines or create your own version. Either way, this will be a great guide as you start your project. This step is critical to the success of the project. Cutting corners in project planning is a recipe for disaster, no matter what the reason. The more time you put into planning the details of your project, the smoother your project will go and the easier it will be to work through challenges that you might face. Because being realistic, nothing ever goes completely as planned. Make sure that you're keeping track of your hours as you go along. All the time you spend working on your project counts towards your 50 hours. This includes research time, calling and talking to experts, meeting with your team if you have a team, raising money if needed, and finally doing your project. It all counts. By this point, you're probably anxious to get started, but before you get going, take a step back and look at your project one more time. This Silver Award checklist can be found in your cadet workbook. It will help you ensure you're meeting all of the Silver Award requirements, and it's another tool that will help you plan your project. You should use this checklist to check off all the items on your list once you have completed them. It will also help you keep your Silver Award project on track and ensure you're following all of the requirements for the award. You are finally ready to submit your project proposal to the council. Your troop leader or Girl Scout volunteer needs to approve your project before you can submit your project proposal to the council. They will help you to ensure your project meets all of the required guidelines. You can find the proposal on the Silver webpage and submit it at least 2 weeks before you wish to begin your project. If you are working together in a small team, you'll submit one proposal together with your project team. Even though teams only submit one form, you'll still need to work together to submit your project proposal because each girl is asked to provide her own unique information. It's difficult to see here, but the project proposal asks information such as your name, troop number, and email for each girl, your 8th grade graduation year, your leader's or parents' name and email, your project advisor's contact information, information about the prerequisite journey you completed, the title to your Silver Award project, when you plan to begin and end your project, and then it also asks you to describe your project, your reasons for selecting the project, the issue your project will address, and what you hope to achieve, and who will benefit. After your project is submitted to the council, a confirmation will pop up on your webpage, and it will also be emailed to the first adult listed on the form. The confirmation includes important reminders that you should review throughout your project to ensure that you continue to follow the Silver Award guidelines and Council's policies and procedures. For example, did you know that you must collect photo release forms when you take pictures of others? or that if you need a contract signed because you are renting a facility, that the contract must be signed by a Girl Scout staff member at the council. Did you know that there are safety activity checkpoints designed by Girl Scouts of the USA that must be consulted to ensure the activity you are carrying out follows safety standards? Once you have submitted your project to the council using the online form, you can continue working on your project until its completion. Because a Silver Award project is approved by the troop leader or your Girl Scout volunteer, the council will only contact you if there is a red flag. A red flag might occur if your troop wants to raise money and donate that money to a local organization, or if the business or agency you are partnering with does not align with the Girl Scout mission. In most cases, there are no red flags. By this point, you've done a great deal of research and you have a solid plan. Now it is go time to take action and actually do your project. While you are carrying out your project, make sure to stay in touch with everyone on your project team. This includes other girls if you're working in a group, your troop leaders, and your project experts from the community. Plan to be flexible throughout your project as you continue to learn about the issue you are addressing or when obstacles arise. Consult with safety activity checkpoints and volunteer essentials to ensure you're following Girl Scouts of the USA and GSY's guidelines and processes. Don't forget, each girl tracks their own hours. Make sure to take pictures and video along the way. This will help you to share your story with others. Ask questions if they come up, and definitely have tons of fun doing your project. This is where you'll see all of your hard work pay off. You will have put a lot of energy, passion, and time into your Silver Award project, and we want you to tell the world. During this step, you'll take time to reflect on what you've accomplished and share your story with others. You'll start by asking yourself some questions that will help you reflect. What did you discover about yourself? How did your Silver Award project impact the community? These are just a couple questions. There are more in your Silver guidelines. Reflecting is sometimes the best way for you to recognize what you've accomplished and see how much you've grown. It will also help you get others inspired to act. After you've reflected, there are many ways that you can share your story. You can use social media or create a website or blog telling others about your project. You could make a video and post it online. You could give a presentation to community members or a local club that serves your community. You could share your story with younger Girl Scouts, which might even inspire them to go for the Silver Award. Also consider reaching out to your local media. When you are completely finished with your project, your last step is to complete the Silver Award final report. You'll do this similarly to the project proposal, one report per project or team, and it asks some of the same types of questions, but this time you are telling us how it actually went. Again, the adult listed on the final report will receive a confirmation that the report was received. This same messaging will also pop up on your webpage immediately after submission. Once final reports are submitted, girls should consider their Girl Scout Silver Award complete. If you want to be recognized for earning your silver in a specific year at our Council's Spring Highest Award Celebration event, then the deadline to complete your project and submit your final report is March 1st for that coming spring's event. Girls that submit their reports after March 1st will be recognized the following year. However, if you're not concerned about being recognized during a specific year, then the ultimate deadline to complete your project and submit your final report for your Silver Award is September 30th, after you graduate your 8th grade year. Now, a little bit more about our Highest Award celebration. Each year, our council holds a Highest Award celebration for current members. This is an opportunity for girls who have earned the Girl Scout Bronze, Silver, and Gold Awards to be recognized for their accomplishments. Families, troop leaders, and project advisors are encouraged to attend to celebrate you. Girls that attend the event will receive their Silver Award patch, compliments of the council, in addition to a Silver Award certificate from GSYs. During the Highest Award celebration, GSYs will also recognize one Silver Award project that stands out as the GSY's Silver Award Young Women of Distinction. A GSY Silver Award Young Women of Distinction project exemplifies the qualities of the Silver Award and is selected using the Silver Award project rubric. The Council chooses this project from all projects that have been completed in the past year. Be sure to also celebrate your accomplishments with your troop and family. You deserve all of the recognition you can get. Before we end, we wanted to remind you of all the Silver resources that are available on our Council's Silver Award webpage. We are thrilled that you are going for the Silver Award. You may be feeling a bit overwhelmed or anxious, or maybe you're feeling ready and motivated to get started. Pursuing the Silver Award is a big project. It will require your time and energy even when you're juggling other things in your life. But we promise you it will be worth it. This is your time to sparkle and make an impact in your community. If you have any questions about the Silver Award, let us know. We're here to support you and see you succeed. We look forward to receiving your project proposal as soon as you're ready. Thanks so much for taking time to learn more about the Girl Scout Silver Award. Enjoy the rest of your day.